and the black. So we're going to do this in Halloween colors again. So we're going to do the same type of colors because it's Halloween, and Halloween's awesome, and it really is. It's my favorite holiday. It's actually the only I celebrate for the most part. People are like, what about Christmas? You're a Christian? Yeah. Yeah. I get sad at Christmas. It's so sad. Okay, so Halloween. We did the black, then the orange, then the green, then the purple. So let's do that again. Okay. So when we're doing these, remember that if we split this up into 4 equal sizes, equal lengths here, the 2 on the outside are anchor colors and they're twice as long. So if we want them relatively the same length, we've got to keep in mind that the outsides are twice as long as the ones on the inside, because from this point to the end, it goes back to the end and back this direction, so it's twice as long. Okay.
Chrissy says she loves the 2 colors in the roving.
Yeah, it spins up really nice too. It's a lot of fun to spin up. It heathers out really well. It's a joy to spin, joy to work with. And this stuff is great for things like socks. We'll be talking a little bit about that in my next spinning class.
Beth says, now how about chaining the roving?
You don't want to chain this roving. It's really thin. It takes forever to do it. It's easier for this just to put it into a ball. The thicker tops, it's better to put them into chains or into braids because it's a lot easier to work with. The stuff's really thick and you can chain it up or braid it up relatively quick. This is at least as long to chain up than anything else. It takes forever. Okay. So we're going to pour on. And work this through. A little heavy-handed with the down braids when you're dyeing it, unlike if you're working with merino or something really fine. We're going to talk about how things not to do with like angora and the yak and the cashmere and that type of stuff tomorrow. But you can be really heavy-handed with the down braids. They don't like to felt. Some people have reported you can even throw down braided socks into a washing machine and put it through an entire, regular wash load, non-super wash, and it comes out not felted. So you can really, blaze through dyeing down braided roving for that reason. Go a little bit faster. Generally, you're not going to want to go faster because you want to keep a little bit more control over your color, but you can if you need to. So, without feeling like you're going to destroy your fiber. Okay. Here we go. Again, when you're dyeing, hand painting, you've got to flip the fiber over to make sure that you're getting the backside, getting the coverage you want. And there's my water. That instantly went black, didn't it? Okay. And when you're hand painting, clean your saran wrap back up. Keep your colors from cross-contaminating. That's kind of the number one thing when you're trying to dye, is to not put dye where you don't want it. Okay. So we'll do the orange. And I don't know if you guys, we should be able to see it. See how it's kind of pooling up? This is one of the issues with this orange, is it really it goes everywhere. It's like soup. It's not. It's kind of the nature of just working with this color, is it goes everywhere. When you're working with these colors and you're working next to black, I just had a bunch of the orange that went over here into black. You're not ever going to really be able to see that. Cross-contaminating isn't really as big of as an issue as going the other direction. Okay. Okay. There we go. All right. Okay, so we got some pretty good coverage there. Rinse out your hands. Space. Move on to the next color. And then one thing we're going to look at, and hopefully by the end of this segment, is creating pairs. One of the issues, and I brought this up, I think I brought this up in my spinning class. For those of you who take it, you can correct me if I'm wrong. But when you split rovings up and you spin them, the thinner you make your starting roving, the tighter and the thinner your bloom is when the yarn is done. So if your yarn's really thin when you start, it has a tendency of being tighter and thinner and smoother when you finish. When you go through and say your fractal spinning and you've got different diameter rovings that you start out with, your individual plies are different sizes.